something? Are you okay? I'm making this video so y'all can watch me. Okay? So on Saturday, my relationship of a little bit over 4 years has concluded. It was kind of already concluded a month prior, but I told him that he has to go. Okay? And the last straw was corn for me. Okay, because you know, we want the attention and affection and admiration so we can adore them from our man, and it was draining my soul. I know my cortisol levels were at an all-time high. My nervous system was a wreck. Okay, like a wreck, like stress. I felt, look, see, I feel like I was shallow breathing all the time. Okay, my face has been horrid. Now, I had a miscarriage in May. Okay, on Mother's Day, I had a miscarriage. He was washing his friend's car at the time, and it was painful. But anyway, see, look, so I've had my skin is horrid, and I've been eating horrid, and I've been doing all the things that you're supposed to do, what they say, right? Like cooking and stuff, which y'all know I don't even agree with all that. Like on occasion, yeah, but I feel like it's just so much draining from a woman and never getting their cup filled back up, right? So today is I'm taking my daughter to daycare, and I'm looking, my face is swelled up from cortisol. I have a hump in the back of my neck from cortisol, from stress. Okay, my nervous system needs to relax. It's been 3 days and I did nothing. I just meditated, and I feel like just not low vibration, but just quiet, grounding back to my, like, who I was prior, I guess, like you know, where I put myself first. I'm calm, I'm okay with what's going on right now, whether it's perfect or not perfect, because I'm not on edge that I'm being judged or that I'm not doing enough, or being criticized. When you're in a relationship that's very critical of you, women are mirrors, so of course I started to, you know what, I'm just gonna dish out that same energy, which is even worse for me because I'm not that type of person. But when you're in a relationship where when you're criticized so much, you really start to come back and just constantly be on eggshells about what you're doing. So you're constantly worried about what you're wearing, how you look, what you say, what you cook, what it tastes like, how good did you clean, what you said to the kids, with this, with that, with that. You just on eggshells. It is so soul draining. Okay, so it's soul to suck. Look how terrible my skin looks. Look how terrible. I just have been reacting to this, and it's been going on for months. So, well, years. Honestly, it's been like this for a long time, because the biggest problem is that everybody has work to do, right? But he gaslighted and manipulated after he would look at women. So I'm like literally telling you, like everywhere we would go, baseball game, kids school, okay, he would pretend like he was not looking, and he would look. Beach, vacation. When I say everywhere, bitch, I didn't want to go to motherfucking Sam's Club with his ass, okay? Nowhere. I don't want to go anywhere. My brother one time had free tickets to go to the concert for Kane Brown, and I was like, bro, I'm not going there with him. Are you crazy? Like, no, never. And I literally, he would literally, like, I think he put on Facebook that he went there so he could follow stories of people that were there to see who was there. Like, he has an obsession with looking at other women and what's out there. Okay, I'm telling you, everywhere. And then it's not, now listen, I know, because I'm energy person, intuition person, so he would give them energy. He would give other people energy of me and you right now, let's go. I was not even there. There was times where he went to a football game and he would like give that energy to other kids' mom on the team. Like, could you imagine me like literally being with this guy for the rest of my life? Not only that, but he really didn't have a pot to piston or a window to throw it out of. And then I got pregnant 4 months after us being like in a relationship together. So I had to completely like, oh my God, try to drag this man to a destination that he had no intention of ever being at, because you're fucking responsible for my child. So I kind of got to make sure you're okay. Like, I really don't give a fuck about who you're with or whatever you do with your life, but I need you to be a little bit okay, stable for my angel, okay? For my little baby, my Samantha, okay? So you need to be right for her. I don't care what you do in your life, okay? You're not going to, you're very, what is that? Like, chauvinistic? What do they call it? Machismo? Chauvinistic? I don't know. But he has a lot of traumas that he has to heal. He has some issues from his childhood and stuff like that. Like, his mother abandoned him, so he pretty much probably like hates women and just wants attention and wants to turn everyone into his mother. Anyway, that's not my energy. Like, my energy is pampered, super girly, and I've reduced myself down to absolutely nothing, okay? And this is kind of like, I guess it's a fighting tactic as a woman, right? Like, okay, I will reduce myself to nothing. I will make this miserable so he will leave. But men never leave. You have to go. You have to go. Men will never leave. They will suck you until you're fucking dead. Okay? So, anyway, this is me right after. And then we'll do a 30-day. We'll do it every day, okay? I'm going to come back to who I am. I already feel a million times better. My skin has to heal. My diet obviously is going to change back to how I used to be. I'm not going to be draining my life for everyone else around me. Okay? I'm so excited. I'm so glad that this chapter's closed. Even though in my mind, emotionally, I closed it years ago. And I will tell you that through this, I've realized that I've developed an anxious attachment. And I also developed, and I've realized that this is partly because narcissism. My grandfather was a narcissist. My dad's a narcissist, okay? And my brother's a narcissist because they're enabled by the women in their life. So my grandmother enabled my grandfather to continue to do what he was doing. But during that time, she really didn't have no choice, right? Because she had 9 kids. She didn't work. She didn't drive. And she had a couple of mental breakdowns. He took care of her, right? But he never loved her. Like, they literally told me this. I sat between them at like 15 years old, 14 years old. My grandfather on one side, my grandmother on the other. And she said, your grandfather doesn't love me. And he didn't say a fucking word. Sis, what are we doing here, Susie? No, we gotta go. No, you gotta get the fuck up out of here. My grandma was actually even a twin, and I seen them pictured next to each other, and my grandmother was young, and the life was already sucked the fuck out of her, and her sister, I'm gonna find this picture and I'm gonna show you. The life was already sucked the fuck out of her, okay? And my mother too. My mother has been drained by my motherfucking dad, and I've seen all the women in my life sacrifice themselves for a man with a fucking huge ego that can't even look himself in the mirror, okay? So even though I'm not like, I wasn't historically like that, that is a pattern that I fall into because that's what's familiar to me, okay? Is allowing a man to suck the fucking life out of me. Because, and preserving their image with my soul. Preserving their image so that their ego can stay in fucking tact for their soul. For my soul's been sucked out of me, okay? I stopped wanting to buy clothes for myself. I stopped taking care of myself. I'm telling you, when I tell you the cortisol, I had a hump in the back of my neck for all this time. I'm like, what is wrong with me? My posture? No, it's him. I can't even go to the kid's baseball game without him staring at a fucking teenager. That's fucking weird, okay? So of course, as soon as I pull up to the game and I know he's there, stress goes fucking berserk, okay? I'm so happy that this is over. It's ridiculous. Like, I can't even look at him. There's nothing attractive about him at all. And I doubt he'll see this, but stop letting men suck the life out of you. Stop self-sacrificing for a man's fucking ego. We're not doing that anymore, okay? That is not for me. No, I'm a flower. And a lot of times, like I said, I've realized that I've attached myself to men like this because my father's like this, because my brother's like this, and this is normal in my household. My grandmother was like that, right? No, we're not doing that. And if you don't let your soul get sucked, they tell you you're selfish, you're this, you're that, and then you self-critical, and then you self-sacrifice for their benefit. Nah, we're not fucking doing that. For what? First of all, I'm set in my life already because I already set myself up to be like that, to not have to depend on a man and get stuck in a soul-sucking situation, because that's not beneficial to my kids, to me, whatever, right? This is my life. I got one life. I think I'm not about to be miserable with your ass. Thank you. So one of the biggest things that people don't realize is that we do that because of everybody else around us. Like, because we didn't have a healthy attachment to our father, or our mother didn't have a healthy relationship. But you can decide that that's not for you, okay? And as soon as somebody starts going against what feels right, you have to let it go. Because once you start blurring the line of the boundary, the line is forever fucking blurred. You say, okay, not that, but then they push. Then not that, and then they push. Not that, and then they push. And then all of a sudden you know who the fuck you are. Okay, so we're not doing that. Be selfish, because feminine energy is selfish. It is taking care of yourself so that you can take care of spiritual energy in the household. A man is supposed to provide and protect for you, okay? Providing is not just financially. Providing is mental space, allowing you to be who you need to be, allowing you to feel like it's okay for you to do the things that you want to do for yourself, instead of them manipulating you into not doing it because they have a ego problem, because they are insecure, because they do not have a positive self-image, because they don't understand who they are. Now, if that's who that person is, let them go be that over there, okay? Because you can't change that person. You can only change how you react to it and what you allow in your life. Okay, so this is day 3, and I already feel a million times better, okay? But my skin's gonna clear up. And I'm going to lose weight, and I'm going to drop the cortisol. I'm going to lose weight without even doing anything, even though I do work out and stuff like that, because of the stress. My adrenal glands were going insane trying to fight with this cortisol or whatever. I don't know, but I could not get rid of it. And it's crazy because I started being more in tune with my body and saying, okay, as soon as something bad would happen, I could feel the hump. When I started stressing, I could feel it start to expand or swell up or whatever. You want me to stop talking, baby? Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Are we gonna have a good day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see your hair. It looks cute.
Mom.
Yeah, babe. Hi.
Mom.
Yes.
Daddy's going to pick me up.
Yes, Daddy is gonna pick you up. Okay, and then Daddy will bring you to Mommy.